The 10-2 Steelers host the 7-5 Ravens in an AFC North battle Sunday night. Both teams have been playing very well as of late. Steelers have won 7 straight and are tied with the Patriots for the best record in the AFC. And the Ravens have won 3 in a row. We're joined by FS1 analyst, the man that knows this rivalry a little bit.
Does he?
Oh, boy.
Who wins Sunday night?
Who wins Sunday night? Wow. Baltimore, defensively, have really impressed me this year. You think about what they're doing from the turnover side of the ball. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things about this rivalry is who makes the less mistakes, right? And so when you think about what Baltimore is doing, plus 14 turnover, 20 INTs, Big Ben has 13 INTs. If you can make Big Ben make one of those mistakes late in the game, right, that's when Baltimore has an edge. But I think that, for me, where this game is going to be won at is in the front 7. Le'Veon Bell, the way his style of running. But what Baltimore has put up front with these big boys and Suggs and C.J. Mosley and them really flowing to the ball, that's where the game is going to be won and lost. Now, one of the biggest things they have to figure out with Jimmy Smith gone and now making all the adjustments, moving the corners inside, outside, is how do you contain Antonio Brown? Yep. Right? Because he's gonna find a way to get loose. Last year's game, last play of the game, Antonio Brown. Right? If anybody else I'm taking out of that game,
I'm doubling him. He's not beating.
He's not beating me. So now you got to ask yourself, coming back into this game, who do you lean towards? If I was to lean towards anybody, not because Baltimore is where I played at, but I just really think they played each other so tough that if the Ravens can do what they've been doing defensively all year and create 2-3 turnovers, make short fields for a Ravens offense, I think they have a real chance of going to Pittsburgh and beat them. But it's going to be a hard task because Pittsburgh offensively, I think, is just starting to click. Not having Juju is way bigger than you think, right, for what they do. Now Martavius Bryant, his role kind of steps up now, right? What he's been kind of, fighting for, and he wants more balls. So, look, I'm leaning towards Baltimore on this. I don't know if Pittsburgh will be able to expose them enough defensively, so I look at it being a close game, but I take Baltimore in this one.
I like the Steelers. I just don't believe the Steelers can muster enough offense. Joe Flacco.
You mean Baltimore?
Excuse me.
Yep, you're good.
The Ravens. Joe Flacco has the highest cap numbers. He has 11 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. He's averaging 5.5 yards per attempt. That's last in the NFL. That's worse than Brock Osweiler of last year. And we know how bad Brock was.
Right.
The Texans traded Brock at a second-round pick to get him off their roster. Cleveland said you can play football anywhere in the NFL. You just can't play it here in Cleveland, Ohio. And that's where Joe Flacco is. Their offense.
So I mean, let's go back many years.
Yes.
Right. And we've heard when the offense is bad.
Yes.
Right. You was on that bad offense, but
what?
No, I'm just telling you. It was.
You were part of a bad offense?
Well,
how did that happen? Why didn't you elevate it?
I did.
Oh.
That's what they call me, a shade. I come to the shade. You need to make a play. Yeah, you need to make a play, Shade. See, but you put that pressure on me, man.
No, but I'm just telling you, like we've seen this formula before.
Yes.
Right? And that's what I'm saying. If this defense can play short fields, Right. I mean, Tucker is valuable now.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, you think about
50 in the end, he's
absolutely,
almost automatic.
absolutely.
Yes.
So you have to play that game. You have to lean towards the defense the way he once did. I'm not telling the Ravens to go into it and say Joe Flacco outplayed Ben Roethlisberger. Throw the ball 50 times.
No.
25, 25 or less, 30 or less. And that's the type of style I think of football they have to play to beat them. So I really understand what you're saying, but I just think they have to play that style to beat them. Yeah.
I can't believe I am saying this, but I am picking Joe Flacco to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a regular season game. Is this playoffs? I'm Flacco all day because he's Tom Brady in the postseason. But I just can't buy the Steelers. I've tried all year, but it just seems like every game they mess around and then they finally say, Ben, just complete a couple, get the kicker in position, we'll walk off and go to next week.
Right.
And that's not going to be possible against this team. This team has quietly become very good on defense. Although they've won 4 out of 5, and I'm trying to be objective here. The Ravens have won 4 out of 5 against Matt Moore, Brett Hundley, Tom Savage, and then Matt Stafford got hurt in the other
boy.
fourth one. Okay, so it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
your
No, I got you.
your degree of difficulty is not that high.
Yeah.
And look at Brett Hundley. That's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, you got me, but I'm not sold on the Steelers, but I am sold on the mental toughness of the Baltimore Ravens, and it emanates from that man. Your spirit is still in that locker room through Suggs in part. It's just a mindset of toughness that I'm not sure is in the Steelers locker room. They've become this sort of offensive circus. That's how they do it. And God bless Ryan Shazier. He had surgery on his back. I hope he turns out
Yeah.
great, but he's obviously not going to be there.
Yeah.
And Juju is suspended, and that's to your point. That hurts a little bit. It takes a weapon away, and it allows them to double Antonio a little bit more and maybe a little more effectively. So I'm going low scoring. I'm going somehow Flacco survives this with kicked by Tucker 20-17.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you have more confidence in the Steelers offense against the Ravens defense, or more confidence in the Ravens offense against the Steelers defense?
Yeah, see, and that's funny because that's kind of where I was going with this. I will lean more on the Ravens defense.
Oh,
I just think they match up very well in the front seven, which means if they can contain Le'Veon in the front seven, then they can double Antonio. And if they can double Antonio without inserting that 8 in the box, it's always a different game every time Baltimore plays Pittsburgh. We know that. And if they can get to Ben, which they have in years, Ravens have always found a way to get to Big Ben. But if they can create turnovers on that other side of the field, it changes the ball game. And I think going back to what Skip is talking about, it puts Pittsburgh in a very hard place because they don't have that defense. Losing Ryan Shazier, bless his heart, my goodness. I'm sending him a text soon, but losing him is way bigger than you think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
the heart and soul. He's the captain of the
Joe
defense.
Hayden.
Yes.
That's
Gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
And so now you got to ask yourself,
Watch
Well,
Martavis
also,
Bryant
Ravens
have
are
a big game.
without.
He better.
Yeah, but the
He
Ravens
better.
are also without Jimmy Smith too. So
Yeah,
there's
that's
some
why I said that'll
missing
be
pieces
big.
on both
Yeah.
sides. Speaking of those big hits, should the NFL adopt a targeting rule like college football? I don't know what Ray thinks about that. We'll discuss that next.